Today, you will have the opportunity to explore 3 comprehension strategies that we have uncovered within Unit 1. To begin, we will navigate to our Prezi section of the website, where we typically find our skills and focus for the learning period. Let's click on our Prezi and get started together. Today, as a learning community, you will work collaboratively with your peer groups. You will create a shared story that asks the reader to make an inference, identify a distinct point of view, and demonstrates a cause and effect scenario. You should be getting pretty excited. We will begin today's lesson by examining a poem and then connect it to our 3 learning strategies from this unit. The poem is titled Our Mama's Hands. This is an excerpt by Marcella L. True. I saw you looking at your hands with disgust. You hate them now, and hide them you must. But Mama, there's no shame in hands so worn, because all they've touched since you were born. You say you hate them because they're so frail, so veined, aged, and red, not pale. You don't remember how much they've done to bring the 5 of us to who we've become. You don't remember that they wiped our tears, that they gave us refuge from our fears, that they washed and doctored our injured knees, and they offered a tissue when we sneezed. We can hopefully teach our young ones now that our hands are special and that somehow it all began with your loving hands. They are so special, and that's how it stands. Okay, let's examine this poem with our 3 essential learning strategies that we've been exploring within this first unit together. Let's look at making an inference. How to make an inference or draw a conclusion. Readers understand more about a story and its characters if they look for clues in what the characters say and do. Often in 5th grade, our inferences are implied, and readers have to use their schema or background knowledge with the content that they're reading to make that inference. Within this story, we can make an inference that Mama was old. I can support that inference with evidence from the text. I can say that Mama is elderly because in the text it states, you say you hate them because they're so frail, so veined and aged, and red not pale. The reader is making an inference about Mama's age with the vocabulary words such as frail, veined, aged. Okay, let's look at our cause and effect relationship. When one event causes another to happen, the cause is why it happened, and the effect is what happened. In the story, we can tell that Mama's loving care and motherly influence she had on her children is causing them to now want to strive and become a mother, just like how she was to them. In the text, I can support that reasoning or that cause and effect scenario by the last stanza or the last statement. We hopefully teach our young ones now that our hands are special and that somehow it all began with your loving hands. They are so special, and that's how it stands. Our last skill and focus is our point of view relationship. A point of view is a perspective from which a piece of text is written. Often we ask about what are the characters' actions, whose point of view or whose perspective is the story being told. Within this poem, I can say that it is first-person point of view. My evidence to support that reasoning is that there's a lot of examples of I. It is told from the text from first person's perspective. I can use a text example from the first stanza. I saw you looking at your hands with disgust. That lets the reader know that is told from the first person perspective or point of view. Now it is your turn. As a learning community, you will work collaboratively with your learning groups. You will create a shared story that asks the reader to make an inference. It has a distinct point of view, and it contains a cause and effect relationship. Since we're already on our Weebly website, all we have to do is navigate through our top panel. I ask you now to go to the Do Now section. In the Do Now, you'll read the instructions as a warm-up for your reading mind by reviewing the reading strategies from this unit. Please jot down your own personal definition for all 3 skills on this Padlet page. I provided you with an example. Here's my personal definition for making an inference. Making an inference allows me, as a reader, to understand the parts of plot, and the elements that the author does not explicitly state. Point of view. Point of view is understanding the point of view of a story allows a reader to understand a perspective of the story and who's doing the actions. And if we scroll down further, you can see my cause and effect relationship. I'm going to ask you to work independently using your Chromebooks. You will use the Padlet page, as we've done many times before, to identify your definition of your three main strategies. If you would like to extend your definition and comment back to a peer, please do so. I encourage you to respect each other's opinions and offer valuable insight into their own definitions. Now, we'll move to the creation station. In the creation component of the website, what you will be doing is creating your own story. I'm going to ask you to self-select from our Padlet page our 4 groups. Once you select your group, you will click on the Google Docs. Inside the Google Docs, you will work collaboratively with your peers. The amazing part about this project is that you do not need to be in the same period as your classmates in order to complete the work. I look forward to reading engaging and creative stories filled with compositional risks. The last component of our group project is under the Group Project tab. On the Group Project tab, you will post your final project. In this section, you will upload your students' finalized projects. Be creative. I'm leaving this very open-ended. I'm hoping that you and your table mates and group members think of a creative way to present your collaborative story. Think outside the box. You can use any forum that Padlet allows. PowerPoint, Prezi. You can make a comic strip with your story embedded within it. You can make a small video. You can make an iMovie and present it. I look forward to seeing that creativity shine. And our last step will be an exit ticket. Our exit ticket is just a quick reflection. On your Padlet, I'd like you to double-click and reflect on how hard you worked today and explain why you rated yourself at that level. I look forward to listening and hearing each story, and also I look forward to the manner in which you will present your final presentation. Keep in mind this is a reflection of our unit. I would like to see everyone using our 3 essential reading skills and working collaboratively with their peers. Enjoy!